what are the things I have that get canceled the most when people sign up for them?
The free skis.
The free ones. It's the free ones. Skis. And kind of similar to that, in terms of, I'm thinking of my communication business. Who do you think are my most demanding clients?
The people that want the deals.
Yeah, the people came out for the deal.
Discounts.
People that came out with the lowest price point. Your cheapest people and even your free people are going to end up being your most difficult people.
Yeah. I feel like one of the things that I learned really early, and I learned it early, but unfortunately, I also learned it often.
I continue to learn
it. But yeah, no, I think that one of the things that is really, it's kind of part and parcel to like how people, I would say like generally operate when they have like this, like a budget that they're super aware of, or when they have like, when they have like a want that exceeds their current means, you know what I mean? They try to pull as much as you can out of it, but it's like they're not super professional in that way, because it's like I had a film client that I was working on like their narrative film, and
so really important for them,
really crazy important for them. I should have our very first meeting, we get on Google Meets. And we get on Google Meets, and the first thing that they say is, we're doing this, it's really a community effort. And
those words make me nervous, I'll be honest. Those words make me nervous.
It gets more nervous. This is a community effort, and we're looking for somebody that is willing to do this for a real kind of community pricing model. Now, here's the thing, because I know me in that space, I also know a lot of you in that space as well, because one of the things that gets you is that idea that like, oh, I can do this one for this price. And surely the person that I'm doing this work for, they will recognize that this is below my price point, and they will treat me accordingly. And when I tell you that has never happened in my entire, all the projects that I've worked on, all the people that are low ball, like that understand that like, okay, this is how much I would get paid for it, but they're never happens like that. They are always the ones that, I'm working overtime, which never again. But I'm working overtime on those projects, but also they just give me like other smaller headaches that you never get.
No, because your best clients, if they find out you're working overtime, they actually want to pay you for that, because they're like, yo, you did, because they understand. And the thing is that you can't even be upset when the cheaper clients have those sorts of demands, because whatever the cost is of whatever you're offering, that's part of your brand. That is now part of how people identify you with, and people are going to justify it. And fair or not, if there's the $5 wine or the $100 wine, we tell ourselves already how that wine tastes before we drink it.
It's part of the story.
The $100 wine already tastes better before you even open it up. The $5 wine has to taste worse. I used to work at a pizzeria, and we had table wine. And so it was like a complimentary glass. People loved it.
Where is this, San Antonio?
This is San Antonio. Yeah. San Antonio. People loved it.
Okay.
It was the box. It was like the cheapest box. People loved this cheap box wine that if they bought for themselves, they'd be like, oh, this stuff is horrible. It is. But because they associate with the restaurant, it's a nice restaurant. It's a complimentary glass of wine, sir. It's like we got nice tablecloths and stuff like that, so it changes the whole story around it. So this is the first thing I need us to be mindful of whatever price you set for your art. This is why you don't want to start too low. Don't race to the bottom, because if you're racing to the bottom, someone can always go lower than you, and at that point, it's just whoever can play the game longest is the one that's going to survive, and when you look at businesses and you see the businesses that survive, the cheapest survives, the expensive one survives, the people in the middle are the ones that get cut.
Yeah.
Because they can't decide on what they want.
Yeah. And not only that, I think that one of the things that, and I don't know if you found this as well, but like if you let somebody either severely undercut you or try to, sometimes they'll be like, let's do this for free. It's a collaboration, right? You'll never get them to pay your price.
No.
Because that's also like the dream, right? You're like thinking that, oh, I'm going to do this one and we're going to work so well together that they're going to try to get me at, they're going to get me at like my actual price on the next one. But really I mean, we might be getting into this in one of your next ones. But just when we're talking about like, this is like kind of part of like your brand, this is part of your story. It's like, they're thinking you're the free guy. You're the less expensive. You're the cheap guy. You're the guy that like, okay, if I'm trying to really budget something and I'm really trying to like budget for that, but everybody is now because they're associating you with that, they're not looking for you when there's like this really large project that's happening. They're like, okay, I don't want to go with the free guy. I want to go with the guy that he's expensive, but this is the reason that I'm getting him.
Yeah. Or like if you've got like a home repair or something like that, like you don't want to go with the cheapest plumber. You don't want to go with the most expensive. You probably want to go with maybe like the second or third cheapest. You don't want to go with the cheapest, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think this leads to, and it's somewhat related to the first one. The second point I would bring up is that you want to be thinking about price in terms of how it sets customer expectations. And